Proceed, Silenus, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death, end woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more, and not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke to merchants are well-dealing countrymen, who, wanting guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed his rigorous statutes with their bloods. Excludes all pity from our threatening looks. For the mortal and intestine jaws, twixt thy seditious countrymen and ourselves, it hath in solemn synod been decreed, both by the Syracusians and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay more, if any born at Ephesus be seen at any Syracusian marts and fairs, again, if any Syracusian born come to the Bay of Ephesus, he dies. His goods confiscate to the Duke's dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and to ransom him. Thy substance, valued at the highest rate, cannot amount unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet this my comfort. When your words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusian, state in brief the cause why thou left thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not have been imposed than I to speak my griefs unspeakable. Yet the world may witness that my end was brought to nature, not by vile offense. I'll utter what my sorrow gives me leave. In Syracuse was I born, and wed unto a woman happy but for me, and by me had not our hap been bad. With her I lived in joy, our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidamnum, till my factor's death and the great care of goods at random left drew me from the kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old before herself, almost fainting under the pleasing punishments that women bear, had made provisions for her following me, and soon and safe arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became a joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, and, which was strange, the one so like the other as cannot be distinguished but by names. That very hour in the selfsame inn, a meaner woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins, both alike. Those for their parents were awful poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motions for our home return. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard. A league from Epidamnum had we sailed before the always wind obeyed deep. Oh, let me say no more. Gather the sequel by that went before.
Nay, forward, old man, do not break off so. For we may pity, though not pardon thee. For the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to dilate at full what hath befallen of them and thee till now.
My youngest boy, yet my eldest care, at 18 years became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attended. So his case was like reft of his brother, but yet retained his name, could bear him company in the quest of him. Whilst whom I labored at the love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, coasting homeward, came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, or that or any other place that harbors men. But here must end the story of my life, and happy where I am in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me, they live.
Hapless Aegean, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now trust me, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes would they may not disannul, my soul would sue as advocate for thee. And though thou art adjudged to the death, and passed sentence may not be recalled, yet to our honor's great disparagement, I will favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I will give thee this day to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus. Beg thou, or borrow, to make up the sum and live. And if no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
Hopeless and hapless doth the Aegean went, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
by out his life, according to the statute of the town, dies.
Ere the weary sunset in the west. Oh, there is your money that I had to keep.
Go bear it to the centaur where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to thee. Within this hour it will be dinner time. Till then I will view the manners of the town. I will peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return to sleep within mine inn. For with long travel I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Any man would take you at your word and go and eat, having so good meat.
A trusty villain, sir, that very oft when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jests. Now, will you walk about the town and come to my inn and dine with me?
Sir, I am invited to certain merchants of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon, at 5 o'clock, to please you, I'll meet with you upon the mart, and afterwards consort you till bedtime. My present business calls me from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to my own content commends me to the thing I cannot get. For I to the world am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop, that there falling to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them unhappy, lose myself. Oh, here comes the almanac of my true date. How now? What chance thou art returned so soon?
Returned so soon? Brother approached too late. The capon burns, the pig falls from the spit. The clock has struck in 12 upon the bell. My mistress made up one upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast. But we that know what 'tis to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Oh, stop your wind, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where is the money that I gave you?
Oh, 6 that I had on Wednesday last. To pay the saddler for my mistress's crupper? The saddler had it, sir. I kept it.
I am not in a sportive humor now. Tell me, and tell thee not, where is the money? We being strangers here, how darst thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
I pray you jest, sir, as you sit at dinner. I with my mistress come to you in post. If I return, I shall be post indeed, for she will scour your faults upon my page. Methinks your model, like mine, should be your clock and strike you home without a messenger.
Come, Dromio, come. These jests are out of season. Reserve them for a merrier hour than this. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
To me, sir? But you gave no gold to
Oh,
me.
come on, sir knave. Have done your foolishness and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge is but to fetch you from the mart home to your house. The phoenix, sir, to dinner. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
Now, as I am a Christian, answer me. What safe place have you bestowed my money, or I shall break that very sconce of yours that stands on tricks when I am undisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks thou hadst of me?
I have some marks of yours upon my pate, some of my mistress's marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both. If I should pay your worship those again, perchance you will not bear them patiently.
My mistress's marks? So what mistress slave hast thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress at the Phoenix, she that doth fast till you come home to dinner and prays that you will hie you home to dinner.
What, wilt thou flout me thus to my face being forbid? There, take thou that and that, sir knave, and that, and that, and that, and that.
What mean you, sir? For God's sake, hold your hands. Nay, you will not, sir. I'll take my heels.
Upon my life, by some device or other, villain is a rot of all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage, as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark-working sorcerers that change the mind, soul-killing wishes that deform the body, disguised cheaters, prating mountebanks, and many such like liberties of sin. If it proves so, I will be gone the sooner. I'll go to the centaur to go seek this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor the slave have returned, but in such haste I sent to seek his master, Charles Luciana, and it is too quick.
Perhaps the merchant hath invited him, and from the mart he's somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time will go or come. If so, be patient, sister.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out a door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it well.
Oh no, he is the bridle of the will.
There's none but asses will be bridled so.
Why headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye. Half is bound. In earth, in sea, in sky, the beasts, the fishes, and the winged fowls are their male subjects and at their control. Man, more divine, the masters of all of these, lord of the wild world and the wild watery seas, endured with intellectual sense and souls of more preeminence than fishes and fowls, are masters to their females and their lords. Then let
that you will attend on their accords. This servitude makes you to keep unwed.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
I'll learn, love. I'll practice to obey.
How if your husband should start some other where?
Until he come home again, I would forbear.
Patience unmoved, no moreover, though she pause, they can be meek, that have no other cause. A wretched soul, bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear a cry. But were we not burdened with the weight of pain? As much or more we should ourselves complain. So thou, that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging helpless patience relieve me.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try? Here comes your man. Now is your husband nigh.
Mistress,
Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
nay, he's at 2 hands with me, and that my 2 ears can witness.
Didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Aye, he told his mind upon mine ear. Beshrew his hand, I scarce could understand it.
Spake he so doubtfully, so thou couldst not feel me.
Nay, he struck so plainly I could too well feel his blows, withal so doubtfully that I could scarce understand them.
But I say, prithee, he is coming home. He seems to have great care to please his wife.
My mistress, sure my master is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain!
I mean not cuckold mad, but sure, mistress, my master is stark mad. When I desired him to come home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. 'Tis dinner time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Your meat doth burn, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Will you come, quoth I? My gold, quoth he. Where's the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain? The pig, quoth I, is burnt. My gold, quoth he. My mistress, sir, quoth I. Hang up thy mistress, I know not thy mistress. Out on thy mistress.
Quoth who?
Quoth my master. I know, quoth he. No house, no wife, no mistress. So that my errand do unto my tongue, I thank him. I bear home upon my shoulders. For in conclusion, he did beat me there.
Back, slave, and fetch thy master home!
Go back again and be new beaten home. For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I will break thy pate across!
You will bless that cross with other beating. Between you, I shall have a holy head.
Ratting peasant, and fetch thy master home!
Am I so round with you as you with me? That like a football you do spurn me thus. You spurn me hence and he will spurn me hither. If I last in this service, you must case me in leather.
Fie, how impatience lordeth in your face.
His company must do his minion's grace, whilst I at home starve for a merry look. Has homely age the alluring he took from my poor cheek? Then he has wasted it. Or my discourses dull, barren my wit. If voluble and sharp discourse be marred, unkindness blunts it more than marble hard. Do their gay vestments his affections bait? That's not my fault, he's master of my state. What ruins are in me that can be found? But by him not ruined, then he is the ground. My features, my decayed fair, a sunny look of his would soon repair. And he feeds from home and breaks the pale. Poor I am, but he's stale.
Self-harming jealousy, fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. I know his eyes doth homage otherwhere, or else what lets it he would be here. Sister, you know he promised me in shame. Without alone a love he would detain. So he would keep fair corner without your bed. I see the jewel's best enamel will lose its beauty, yet the gold lies still. And often touching will wear gold. Yet a man that hath a name of false corruption will doth him shame. Since my beauty can no longer please his eye, I'll weep what's left away and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
Gold I gave to Dromio was laid up, safe the centaur, and the heedful slave was wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation in my host's report, I could not speak to Dromio, since at first I sent him from the mart. See, here he comes. How now, sir? Is your merry humor altered? Has your love stroke so jest with me again? You know no centaur, you receive no gold, your mistress sent to have me home to dinner? My house was at the Phoenix, wast thou mad? Thus so madly didst thou answer me.
To what answer, sir? When spake I such a
Even
word?
now, even here, not half an hour since.
I did not see you since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt, and told us me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou felt I was displeased.
I'm glad to see you in this merry vein, sir. What means this jest? I pray you, master, tell me.
Yea, dost thou jeer and foam me in thy teeth? Thinkest thou I jest? Hold, take thou that and that.
Oh, hold, sir, for God's sake.
now you're just as earnest. Upon what bargain did you give it me?
Because I familiarly use you for my fool and chat with you, your sauciness was just upon my love and make a comment of my serious hours. As the sun shines, let foolish gnats make sport, but creeping crannies when he hides his beams. If you will jest with me, know my respect, and fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I shall beat this method into your scones.
Scones, call you. It's a really battering. I'd rather have a head and use these blows long. I was going to sconce my head and sconce it too, or else I shall see my wit in my shoulders. But I pray you, master, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing but that I'm beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
And wherefore? They say every why and wherefore.
Why first? For flout me! And the wherefore? First and a second time!
Has any man been thus beaten out of season, whether the why and the wherefore have neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you. Thank you, sir.
For what?
Very, sir, for this is something that gave you for nothing.
Well, I'll make you amends next and give you nothing for something.
It's not dinner time yet. I think the meat once that I have.
Good time, sir. What is that?
Basting.
Well, sir, it will be dry.
If it be so, I pray you eat none of it.
Your reason?
Lest it make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Sir, learn to jest in good time. There is time for all things.
I just have denied that before you became so choleric.
By what rules, sir?
My rule is plain as the bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There is no time for a man to recover his hair that has gone bald by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
Yes, to be fined for a hair, I can recover the lost hair of another man.
Well, why is time such stingy of hair, being as it is so plentiful an excrement?
It's a gift. He bestows upon beasts. So when he hath scanted many hair, he hath given them wit.
But there's many a man hath more hair than wit.
I'm not a man of those, but he hath the wit to lose his hair.
Thou conclude hairy men plain dealers without wit.
The plainer dealer, the sooner lost, yet he loses it in a kind of jollity.
For what reason?
For two and sound ones.
Nay, not sound, I pray.
Sure ones.
Nay, not sure anything falsing.
Certain ones then? Name them. For one, that he saves the money he spends entirely. The other, that at dinner he should not drop in his porridge.
All this time have proven that there's no time for all things.
Marion did, sir, namely in the no time to recover hair lost by
But,
nature.
but your reason was not substantial for why there's no time to recover.
Thus, I meant Time himself is bald, and therefore, till the world's end, he will have bald followers.
Knew 'twould be a bald conclusion. But soft, who wafts us yonder?
I, Atticus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress has thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. Their time was once when thou an urge, but thou, that never words music to thine ear, that never object pleasing to thine eye, that never touch but welcome to thy hand, that never meat sweet savory to thy taste. Unless I spake, or look, or touch, or
Ah!
how comes it, my husband, oh, how comes it that thou art estranged to thyself? Thyself, I call it, being strange to me, that undividable, incorporeate, and better than thy dear self better type. Ah, do not tear thyself away from me, for no, my love, as easy may yourself fall, a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled hence the drop again without addition or diminishing, as take thyself from me, and not me too. How dearly would it touch thee to quit, shouldst thou hear that I were licentious, that this body, consecrate to thee by ruffian lust, should be contaminate? Wouldn't thou spit at me, and spurt at me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and from my false skin tear the sweet skin, from my false hand cut the wedding ring, and break it with deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, therefore see thou do it. I am possessed with adulterating blood. My blood is mingled with the crime of lust. For if we do be right, and thou play false, and promise to keep fair league with thy true bed, I live disdained, undishonored.
Speak you to me, fair dame? I know you not, for in Ephesus I am but 2 hours old, a stranger to your town as to your talk, who with every word by all my wit being scanned, just want wit and all one word to understand.
Fie, brother, how the world has changed with you.
Ah! Ah!
When were you wont to use my sister thus? She said for you like Romeo.
Ah!
To dinner.
By Romeo?
By me?
By me! And didst thou return for him, for he did buffet in the blows, denied my house for me for his wife.
Didst thou converse with this gentlewoman? What is the drifting course of your compact?
I, sir, I never spake with her till this
And
time.
thou liest, for even her very words did she speak to me on the mark.
I never saw her in all my life.
Then how thus can she call us by our names? Unless it be by inspiration.
How ill agrees with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my room? Come, sir, I will fasten on the sleeve of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband, I abide, whose weakness merit to thy stronger state makes me with thy strength to communicate. If aught possesses from me, it is dross, usurping, ivy, briar, idle moss, low with wanton pruning is intrusion, affect thyself and live on thy confusion.
To me she speaks. She moves me for her theme. What was I, married to her in my dream, or sleep by now and think I hear all this? What air drives our ears and eyes amiss? Until I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Romeo! Who will bid the servants spread for dinner?
Oh, for my deeds, I cross myself a sin, and this is very late.
Why carest thou and answereth not? Romeo, thou snail, thou slug, thou snot!
I am transformed, master, am I not? Thou art in mind, and so am I. Thou hast thine own form.
No, I am an ape.
Thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
'Tis true, she rides me and I long for grass. 'Tis so I am ass, else it could never be that I know her as well as she knows me.
Come, come, no longer will I be the fool to put the finger in thy eye and weep, whilst man and master laughs my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Draw me out! Keep the gate. Husband, I'll dine above with you today and shrive you of 1,000 idle pranks. Sir, if any ask for your master, say he dines forth and let no creature enter. Come, sister, to dinner. Draw me out! Play the porter well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, matter well advised. Nor unto these and to myself disguise. Say as they say, and persever so, and in this mist, and all adventures go.
Master, shall I be water at the gate? Aye, and let none enter lest I break your pate.
Come, come, Antipholus, we dine too late.
Good Signor Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is shrewish when I keep not hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her carcanet, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down. He met me on the mart, and that I beat him, and charged him with 1,000 marks in gold, and that he did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard, what dost thou mean by this?
Say you will, sir, but I know what I know. You at the mart, I have your hand to show. If the skin were parchment and the blows you do were ink, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass!
Very, so it doth appear. By the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear, I should kick being kicked, and being at that pass, you would keep from my heels and beware of an ass. Yaw.
You're sad, Signor Balthazar. Pray God our chairman answer my good will and your good welcome here.
Hold your dainties cheap, sir, but you're welcome, dear.
Oh, Signor Balthazar, either at flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common, that every churl affords.
And welcome more common, for that's nothing but words.
Small cheer, great welcome makes a merry feast.
Aye, 'twas stingy host and more sparing guest. But though my cates be mean, take them in good part. Better cheer you have, but not with better heart. But soft, my door is locked. Go, bid them let us in.
Maud, Bridget, Marion, Cicely, Jillian, Jen, Mome, Malthorse, Capon, Coxcomb, Idiot, Patch. Either get thee from the door, sit down in the hatch. Dost thou conjure for such wenches that thou callest for such store? When one is one too many, go, get thee from the door.
What Patch has made our porter? My master stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on his feet.
Who talks within there? Ho! Open the door!
Aye, you tell me when, and I'll tell you wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner, I have not dined today.
Here today you must not. Come again one day.
What art thou that keepest me from the house I owe?
The porter for this day, sir. My name is Dromio.
Oh, villain! Thou hast stolen both my office and my name. The one there got me credit, the other make the blame. If thou hast been Dromio today, my place I would change thy face for a name, or thy name for an ass.
What coil is there, Romeo? Who are those at the gate?
Let my master in now.
Hey, no, he comes too late, and so tell your master.
Oh Lord, I must laugh. How about you with the proverb? Shall I send in my staff?
How about you with another that's linking you down?
Thy name be called Nell.
Nice, answered him well.
You'll try this mean if I keep the door down.
Thought you left
You
you.
say no. So come help.
Well struck, there was blow for blow.
Thou baggage, let me in!
You tell for whose sake!
Master knocked the door hard.
Let him knock till it ache!
Ah!
You'll drive this minion if I open the gate!
What need for those hand-paired stocks in the town? Who is at the door that keeps all the noise?
By my troth, your town is filled with unruly boys.
Are you fair, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife's surname go guess you from the door!
Master, if you were in pain, this knave would go sore.
Here's neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We fain of either.
Debating which was best, we shall part with neither. They stand at the door, master, bidding them welcome hither.
There is something in the wind that we cannot get in.
Oh, you would say so, master, if your garments were thin. Your cape there is warm would make you stand here in the cold. It would make a man mad as a buck to be so bought and sold.
Well, I'll break in. Go, bar me a crow.
Breakity breaking here, and I'll break your knave's pate. A man may break a word with you, sir, and words are the wind. I am breaking in your face, so you break it not behind. It seems thou wants breaking out of behind. Here's too much out upon thee. I pray thee, let me in.
Aye, when fowls have no feather, and fish have no fin.
Go bar me a crow.
A crow without feather, master, mean you so? For a fish without fin, there is fowl without a feather. If a crow help us in, sir, we'll put the crow together.
Go, get thee gun and fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir, let it not be so. You war against your reputation, and involved in the accomplice of suspect the unviolated honor of your wife. What is your long experience of her wisdom? So her virtue, years modesty, plead on her part some cause to you unknown. And doubt not, sir, but she will well excuse why at this time the doors are made against you. Be ruled by me. Depart in patience, and let us all to the Tigger for dinner. And about evening, come yourself alone, to know thy reason for this strange restraint. If by strong hands you offer to break it, now in the stirring passage of the day, a vulgar comment will be made of it. Supposed by the common route, against your yet unguarded estimation, and may with foul intuition enter in, and 1200 grave when you are dead. For slander lives upon succession. Whoever house or gets possession.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and in despite of mirth, me to be merry. I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty and witty, wild and yet too gentle. There will be dined, this woman that I mean, my wife, but I protest, without dessert, hath oftentimes upbraided me withal. To her will be to dinner. Get you home and fetch the chain, by this a note is made. Bring it or pay to the Porpentine, for there's a house that chain will I bestow. Be it for nothing but to spite my wife upon mine hostess there. Good sir, make haste, since mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll look elsewhere to see if they'll disdain me.
In the place of our hands.
Do so, this jest shall cost me some expense.
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office? Shall, Antipholus, even in the spring of love, thy love springs rot? Shall love, in building grow so ruinous? If you did, when my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy own shame's order. Look sweet, be fair, become disloyalty apparel, vice like virtue's harbinger. Fair presence, though your heart may be keep sin, the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false, what need she be acquainted? What simple theft brags of his own attaint? 'Tis double wrong to truant her with your bed, and let her read it in thy books at board. Shame hath a bastard faith, well managed. Alas, poor women, make us but believe, be compact of credit that you love us. Though others have the arm, show us the sleeve. We in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in them. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to feel it vain. And the sweet rapture of flattery conquers strife.
Mistress, name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace you show not than our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthly gross conceit, smothered in airs, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your words deceit. In the soul's pure truth, why labor you to let it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god when you create me new? Transform me then into your power I will yield. If that I am I, then, well, I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more into you do I decline. Train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note, or flood me with your sister's flood of tears. Sing, siren, to thyself, and I will dote, and thy silver wings, thy golden hairs. And in this bed I'll take there and there lie, and in glorious supposition think he gains by death that hast such means to die. Let love being life be drowned in sing.
What, are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated. How I do not know.
His fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by.
Gaze where you should, and that will fear your sight.
As good doing, sweet love, is look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That is my sister.
No, it is thyself, my own self's better part. My eyes clear eye, my dear heart's dear heart. My food, my fortune, my sweetheart's aim, my heaven's earth and my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, or else should be.
Then call thyself sister sweet, for I am thee. With thee I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, so, sir, hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her good will.
How now, Dromio? Where goest thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Oh, am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I
Oh,
myself?
thou art Dromio, thou art my man. Thou art thyself.
I am an ass! I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
What woman's man, and how besides thyself?
Mary, sir, besides myself, I am due to a woman. Claims me, one who haunts me, one who have me.
What claim lays she to thee?
Such a claim as you would lay to your horse. She would have me as a beast. Not that I being a beast, she would have me, but she being a very beastly creature lays claim to thee.
What is she?
A very reverent body, sir. I, such a marked man, who may not speak of it without he say. Sir, reverence, I have but lean luck in the match. Yet, she would make a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
Mary, sir, she's the kitchen wench, and all grease. I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her and by her own light run away from her. I warrant to put rags and tallow in them will burn a pole in winter. If she lives till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
What complexion is she of?
Swart, like my shoe, but her face nothing like so clean kept. For why? She sweats. A man could go over shoes in the tallow of it.
That is a fault that water will mend.
No, kissing grain. Noah's flood could not do it.
What's her name?
Nell, sir. But her name in 3/4, that's an L in 3/4, would not measure her from hip to hip.
And she bears some breath.
No longer from head to foot than from hip to hip. She is spherical, like a globe. I can find out countries in her.
In what part of her body stands Ireland?
In her buttocks, I found it out by the ball.
Ah, where's Scotland?
By the barrens, hard in the palm of her hand.
Where England?
I looked for the chocolate lips, yet I can find no whiteness in them. But I guess it stood somewhere on her chin by the salt room that ran between it and France.
Oh, where's Spain?
I saw it not, yet I felt it hot on the breath. America and the Indies lay on her nose, all o'er embellished with rubies, carbuncles, sapphires, all planning their rich respect to the hot breath of Spain, to send whole armadas of carrots to lay vows at her nose.
Where stood Belgium? The Netherlands?
Oh, sir, I did not look so low. To conclude, drudge, diviner, called me Dromio, laid claim to me, swore I was assured her, and told me of privy marks I had about me, such as the mark of my shoulder, the mole of my neck, the great wart of my left arm, and I think my breast had not been made of faith, and my heart of steel, she had turned me to a colonel dog. Woof! Turn it wheel.
Go, sir, hie thee presently post to the road, and if the wind break any way from shore, we will not harbor in this town tonight. And if any bark put forth, then come to the mart, while I shall walk until thou return to me. Everyone knows us, and we know none. 'Tis time, I think, to trudge pack and be gone.
As from a bear a man runs from for his life, so fly I from her who would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here. Therefore 'tis high time I were hence. Even she doth call me husband. For my soul doth for a whim abhor. But her fair sister, smothered in such a gentle, sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse, hath almost made me traitor to myself. But lest myself be guilty of self-wrong, I'll stop my ears against this mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus.
Aye, that's my name.
I know it well, sir. Look. Here's the chain. I thought you were taking it to the porpoisine. The chain unfinished made me stay this long.
What is your will that I shall do with this?
Whatever pleases you, sir. I have made it for you.
Made it for me, so I bespoke it not.
Not once, not twice, but 20 times you have. Go, take it home to your wife, and please withdraw. And soon come supper time, I will come and receive my money.
So I pray you receive the money now, and fear you near see chain nor money more.
You're a merry man, sir. I bid you farewell.
Think of this, I cannot tell, but this I think. There's no man so vain that would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man here needs not live by shifts when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. I'll to the mart and therefore Dromio stay, and if any ship put forth, then straight away.
You know, since Pentecost the sum is due, and since I have not much importuned you, nor now I had not, but that I am bound to Persia and want guilders for my voyage. Therefore, make present satisfaction, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Even just the sum that I do owe you is growing to me by Antipholus. And the instant that I meet with you, he had to be a chain. At 5 o'clock, I shall receive the money for the same. Please just walk with me down to his house, and soon I will discourage my bonds, and thank you too.
Nay, save you the labor, here he comes.
While I go down and buy ropes end, while I go to the goldsmith's house, and that will I bestow on my wife and confederates to lock me out of my doors by day. But soft, I said the goldsmith. Go down and buy ropes end. For that will I bestow.
I buy £1,000 a year. I buy a rope.
A man as well hold up that trust to you. I promised your presents and the chain, but neither chain nor goldsmith came to me. Be like you thought our love would last too long if it were chained together, and therefore came not.
Save your merry humor, sir. Here's the note. How much the chain weighs to the utmost carat, the finest of the gold, in chargeable fashion, with doth amount 3 ducats more. Please, sir, I pray you, see this man presently discharged, for he is bound to the sea and stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good senor, take this stranger to my house, and with you take the chain. Bid my wife disperse the sum on the receipt thereof. Perchance I will not be there as soon as you.
So you'll bring the change for yourself?
No, bear it with you, lest I come not time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And I have not, sir. I hope you have, or you may return without your money.
Nay, sir, please, give me the chain, for wind and tide stay for this gentleman. I, to blame, have held him here too long.
Good Lord, he used his dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the porpentine. I should have cheated you for not bringing it, but, like a shoe, you first began to brawl.
The hour steals on. I pray you, sir, dispatch.
Do you see how he importunes me? The chain!
Why? Give it to my wife and fetch your money.
You know I gave it to you even now. Either send me by the chain or send me by some token.
You gave me none. You wrong me much to say so.
Oh, you wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Suppose how this stands upon my credit.
My business cannot brook this dalliance. Good sir, tell me where you'll answer me or no. If not, I'll leave him to the officer.
I answer you? What should I answer you?
The money you owe me for the chain!
I owe you until I receive the chain!
You know I gave it to you an hour hence.
You wrong me just such to say so!
You wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Suppose how this stands upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest him at my suit.
I do arrest thee, and in the name of the Duke charge thee to obey me.
This hurts me in reputation and name. Either consent to pay thy fee or I'll attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee that I never had? Arrest me, foolish one, if thou darest.
Here's thy fee. Arrest him, officer, for I would not spare my brother if he scorned me so apparently.
I do arrest thee. Do you hear the suit?
I do obey thee till I give thee bail. But, sirrah, you shall buy this sport as dear as all the metal in your shop will answer.
Sir, I will have law in Ephesus. To your notorious shame, I doubt it not.
that stays but to learn or comes aboard, and then she bears away. Our frontage, sir, I've conveyed aboard. I bought the oil, the balsamum, the aqua vitae. The ship is under trim, the very wind blows fair from the land. They stay for not at all, but for their owner, master, and yourself.
How now? A madman? Now, Peter Sheep, what ship of a Bedanian saves for me?
The ship you sent me to hire waftage.
Thou drunken slave! I sent thee for a rope's end and told you to what purpose and what end!
You sent me for a rope's end. Assume you sent me to the bay, sir, for a bark.
I will debate this matter at more leisure, and teach your ears to listen me with more heed. To Adriana villain, hide thee straight. Give her this key, and tell her in the desk that's covered over in Turkish tapestry. There's a purse of ducats. Let her send it, and tell her I'm arrested in the street. That shall bail me. Hide thee! Begone, slave! On, officer, to prison till it come.
To Adriana! That's where we dined. When Nell declaimed me for her husband. Oh, she is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Though I must, although against my will, for servants must their masters' minds forbid.
Mayst thou perceive a stir thee in his eye that he did plead in earnest, yea or no? Looked he, or red, or pale, or sad, or merely? What observations madest thou in this case of his heart's touching ears in his face?
First he denied he had in you no right.
He meant he did me none. The more my spite.
Then swore he that he was a stranger here?
And true he swore, and yet forswear it were.
Then pleaded I for you.
And what said he?
And while I begged for you, he begged for me.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With words that, in an honest suit, might move. First he did praise my beauty, then my speech.
Didn't speak him fair.
Patience I beseech.
I cannot, nor I will not hold still my tongue, though not my heart will have his will. He is deformed, crooked, old, and sare, ill-faced, worse body, shapeless everywhere. Condemned to vicious, blunt, unkind, stigmatical in making, and worse in mind.
Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lost is wailed when it is gone.
And I think him better than I say, though I do wish in others' eyes were worse. Far from the nest the lapwings fly away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here, go, the desk, the purse, sweet, no my case.
No, hast thou lost my friend?
Why running fast?
Where's thy master? Is he well?
No! He's in tartar limbo, worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him. One whose hard heart is button of a steel. A fiend, a fury, pitiless and rough. A wolf, oh, nay, worse. A fellow all in buff. A backbreed, a shoulder clapper. One who countermands the passage to valleys, creeks, and narrow lanes. One who runs counter, yet draws dry foot well. One who before souls are judged brings them to hell.
Why, man, is the matter?
I know not the matter. He's rested in the case.
Tell me, on whose suit is he arrested at?
I know not whose suit he's rested well, but he's in a suit of leather with residue. That I can tell. Here, mistress, send him redemption, the money in his desk.
Go fetch it, sister. This I wonder at, that he unknown to me should be intent. Tell me, was he arrested on hand?
Not on a band, but on a stronger thing. A chain, a chain. Did you not hear it ring?
What, the chain?
No, no, the bell. This time I was gone. It was 2 ere I left. Now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back, that did I never hear.
If any hour should meet a sergeant, he should turn back for very fear.
If time were a debt, how fondly doth thou reason.
Time is a very bankrupt. He owes more than he's worth to season. And he's a thief too. Have you not heard men say, time steals on by night and day? If you be in debt and theft and a sergeant in the way, hath he not the reason to turn back an hour in the day?
There's the money, go, there it is, and fetch thy master home immediately. Come, Luciana, I am pressed with conceit my comfort and my injury.
There's not a man I meet but doth salute me, as if I were their well-acquainted friend, and everybody doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, some other give me thanks for kindnesses. Some offer me commodities to buy. Even now, a tailor called me in his shop and showed me silks that he had bought for me, and therewithal took measure of my body. So these are but imaginary wiles, and Lapland sorcerers inhabit here.
Master!
Here's gold, you said. What? Have you got that picture of old Adam you apparelled?
What gold is this, and what Adam dost thou mean?
Well, not that Adam that kept Herod, but that Adam that keeps the prison. He that goes in the calfskin and was killed for the prodigal. He that came behind you like an evil angel and bid you forsake your liberty.
Oh, I understand thee not.
Oh, why, 'tis a plain case. He that went like a bass viol in a case of leather. He that when men are tired and gives them a sob and rest them. He that takes pity on the cavemen and gives them suits of durance. He that sets up his rest in more exploits with the mace and a horse pike.
Thou meanest an officer?
I, sir, the sergeant of the band, he who brings any man to answer the pranks of his band. And he always thinks a man is going to bed and says, God give you good rest.
Well, sir, there rest in your foolery. Is there any ship put forth tonight? May we be gone.
I brought you word an hour since that the bark expedition put forth tonight, and that you were hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the hoy delay. Here are the angels that you sent me for to deliver you.
The fellow is distracted, and so am I. Yet here we wander in illusion. Some blessed power deliver us from hence.
Well met, Master. I see, sir, you found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Avoid Satan, charge me, tempt me not.
Master, is this Mistress Satan? It is the devil. Oh, no, she is worse. She is the devil's man. Here she comes in the hour of light wench. That's as much as to say that the wench will say, God damn you, and that's as much to say, God make me a light wench. That is written they appear to men as angels of light, and light is an effect of fire, and fire will burn. Ergo, light wenches will burn. Come not near her!
You're man and you are marvelous, very sir. Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
If you do, expect spoon meat, or bespeak a long spoon.
Dromio.
Who must eat the devil must have a long spoon.
Avoid that, fiend. What tellst thou me of supping? Thou art, as you all are, sorcerers. I conjure thee to leave me and be gone.
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or for my diamond the chain you've promised, and I'll be gone and not trouble you, sir.
Some devil's ass, but for the parents' not a cherry stone, but this one more covetous would have a chain. If you give it her, master, be wise, for the devil will shake her chain and fry us with it.
My ring or else the chain, sir. I pray you do not need to choose.
About thou witch! Come, Dromio, let us go!
By says a peacock, mistress that you know.
Now, out of doubt, Antipholus is mad, else he would never so demean himself. A ring he hath of mine were 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and the other he denies me now. The reason I gather he's mad, besides his present instance of rage, is of a mad tale he told today at dinner, of his own doors being shut against his entrance. Be like his wife, acquainted with his fits, shut the doors against his way. My way is now hie home to his house and tell his wife that, being lunatic, he rushed into my house and took perforce my ring away. This course I fittest choose for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, man, I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee as I am rested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today, and will not let thee trust the messenger that I should be attached in Ephesus. 'Twill sound harshly in her ears. Here comes my man. I wonder if he has the money that I sent him for. How now, sir? How that I sent you for?
Here's that, I warrant you will pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for the rope.
500 ducats, villain? For a rope?
I'll serve you, sir, 500 at the rate.
To what end did I bid thee hie thee home?
To a rope's end, sir, and to that end my return.
And to that end I welcome you.
Good sir, be patient.
Nay, 'tis for me to be patient. I am in adversity.
Why, hold thy tongue.
Whore son, send this villain!
You are senseless, sir, that I might not feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in only blows, and so art an ass.
I am an ass indeed. You may prove it by my long ears. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and nothing at his hands for my service but blows. When I am cold, he heats me with beating. When I am warm, he cools me with beating. I am waked with it when I sleep, raised with it when I sit, driven out of doors with it when I go from home, and welcomed home with it when I return. Nay, I bear it on my shoulders as a beggar wont her brat, and I think when he hath lamed me, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Come, go along. My wife comes yonder.
Mistress, respice finum, respect your end, or rather, the prophecy like the parrot, beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk?
I'll say you now, is not your husband mad? His incivility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch, as you are a conjurer, establish him to his true senses again, and I will please you of what you demand.
Mark how he trembles in his ecstasy.
Give me your hand and let me feel your pulse.
There's my hand, sir. And let it fill your ear.
I charge thee, Satan, housed within this man, to yield possession to my holy prayers. I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven.
He's saying with us.
Oh, that thou wert not poor distressed soul!
You minion, you! Is this your customer? This your companion with a saffron face and revel at my house today and feast?
Thus may God known you dined at home today, wherewith you would have remained free from these slanders and open shame.
Dined at home? What sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say you did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked and I shut out?
Heard it, your doors were locked and you shut out.
And did she not revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself reviled you.
And did not her kitchen maid rail, taunt, and scorn me?
Certes she did, but kitchen rest still scorned you.
And did not I enraged depart from thence?
In verity you did. My bones bear witness that since I felt the vigor of his rage.
Is it good to soothe him in these contraries?
Oh, it is no shame! The man finds his vain hand, yielding to him, humors well his friends.
That was subordinated Goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent the money to redeem you by Romeo here, who came in haste for it.
Money by me? Pardon goodwill you might, but surely, master, not a rag of money.
When shalt thou go for a purse of ducats?
He came to me, and I delivered it.
And I, a witness, prepared that cheating.
God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but a rope.
Oh, mistress! Both man and master is possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room.
Say wherefore did thou lock me forth today, and why thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
And, gentle master, I received no gold, but I confess, sir, that we were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakest false in both.
Dissembling harlot, thou art false in all, and our confederate and damned pack, and thou deny me my house, and thou show shameless scorn on me.
Oh, bind him, let him not come near me.
More company! The fiend is strong with it.
Oh, me, poor man, how pale and wan he looks.
What, wilt thou murder me? Thou that thou I am my prisoner, wilt thou suffer to rescue me?
Go bind this man, for he is frantic too.
Masters, you must let him go. They are my prisoners, and you cannot take them.
What wilt thou do, thy peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure upon himself?
If I let them go, the debt they owe is owed to me.
I will discharge thee ere I go with me. Bear me forthwith unto its creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good master doctor, see him safe conveyed home to my house. Oh, most unhappy day!
Almost unhappy strumpet!
Master, I am here entered and gone for you.
So willing, wherefore dost thou mad me?
Be bound for nothing. Be mad, good master, cried the devil.
God, help poor souls! How idly do they talk!
Go, bear him hence. Sister, you come with me. Tell me, whose suit is he arrested at?
One Angelo, the goldsmith. Do you know him?
I know the man. What sum he owes?
200 ducats.
And how grows it due?
For a chain he had it.
Did he speak a chain, but had it not?
When as your husband all in a rage came to my house and took away my ring, the same ring I saw upon his finger now. Straight after did I meet him with a chain.
I did not see it. I do not know. Come, jailer, take me to where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth thereof at large.
I see these witches are afraid of souls.
She who would be your wife now ran from you.
Come, go to the centaur, fetch our stuff from thence. I long that we were safely sound aboard.
Stay here this evening. Surely they will do us no harm. Methinks they are such a gentle nation that, but for the mountain of mad flesh that claims me for marriage, I could have it in me to stay here and turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town, therefore wait to get our stuff aboard.
sorry, sir, that I've hindered you here, but I swear he had the chain on me, even though he just denied it.
How is the man esteemed here in this city?
Oh, very reverend reputation, second to none in town. Very, very wealthy.
Speak softly, yonder as I think he walks.
Tis so. The chain about his neck that you just denied. Did you deny it?
I think I had, sir. I deny it not.
Aye, that you did, and forswore too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
These ears of mine thou know'st did hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch! 'Tis pity that thou liv'st to walk where any honest men resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove my honor and my honesty against thee presently if thou dost stand.
I do, and dare defy thee for a villain.
Hold her not, for God's sake, he is mad!
Run! Run, master, run! Take a house! This is your priory, and we are spoiled!
Be quiet, people. Wherefore throng you hither? To fetch my poor, distracted husband hence. Let us come in, that we may bind him fast and take him home for recovery. For that, either you should have reprehended him. Why, so I did. But not rough enough. As roughly as my modesty would let me. And in assemblies, too. But not enough. It was the copy of our conference. At bed he slept, not me urging it. At board he fed, not me urging it. Alone it was the subject of our theme. In company I often glanced at it, but did I tell him it was vile and bad? Therefore came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman, poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and therefore comes it that his head is light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced with thy upbraidings. Sweet reclamation there. What doth ensue but moody and dull melancholy? Kinsman to grim and comfortless despair? At her heels, a huge infectious troop of palest temperatures and foes to life, in food, in sport, and life-preserving rest, to be disturbed with mad or man or beast. The consequence is, said they, jealous fits. I've scared thy husband from the use of wits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he deemed himself rough, rude, and wily. I gave these rebukes and answered not.
She did betray me. See my own reproof.
Good people, enter and lay hold of him!
Not a creature shall enter in my house.
Then let your servants bring him forth.
Neither. Took this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands, till I have brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in saying it.
How ill does your holiness to separate the man and the wife?
Patient, for I will not let him stir, till I have used the approved means I have, with wholesome serious drugs and holy prayers, to make of him a formal man again. It is a drug and parcel of mine oath, a charitable duty of mine order. Depart and leave him here with me.
I will not hence and leave my husband here.
Quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have.
Complain unto the Duke of this indignity.
Come, go. I will fall prostrate at his feet and never rise again until my tears and prayers have been answered.
By this, I think, the dial points at 5. Anon, I'm sure, the Duke himself in person comes this way to the melancholy vale, the place of death and sorry execution beyond the ditches of this abbey here.
I knew he wasn't in the perfect of wits.
I'm sorry now that I did draw on him. But I think the Duke comes to see a reverend Syracusean merchant who, put unluckily into this bay against the laws and statutes of this town, beheaded publicly for his offense.
Upon what cause?
To see reverend Syracusean merchant.
We will bear witness to his death.
Kneel to the Duke as he passes the abbey.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay this sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, O sacred Duke, against the abbess.
She's a virtuous and a reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace that in Tiflis my husband, whom I made lord of me and all I have, on this ill day, a most outrageous fit of madness overtook him. They fled into the abbey here, where the abbess shuts the gates on us.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged a prince's word, when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate. Bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Oh, mistress, mistress, shift and save yourself. What does that mean? The man and master are here. Thou speak false. Mistress, upon my life, I tell you true. I have not breathed almost since I did see it. He cries for you and vows, if he can take you, to scorch your face and to disfigure you. Hark, hark, I hear him. Mistress, fly, be gone.
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing. Guard, cowards!
It is my husband!
Justice. Oh, grant me justice, even in service that long since I did thee, when I bestrid thee in the wars, and took deep scars for thy life, even in the blood that I lost for thee. Now, grant me justice.
Must fear doth make me dote. I see my son, Tiflis and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there, for whom thou shalt gave this to me to be my wife. She hath abused and dishonored me, and in the height and strength of injury hath thrown shameful scorn on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she shut the doors upon me, and while with harlots feasted in my house.
A grievous fault! Say, woman, didst thou so?
I did not. Me, him, and my sister did dine today. So befall my soul, this burdens me withal if this is false.
And I am witness with her that she did.
My liege, I'm advised to what I say. This woman locked me out from dinner.
She did, sir. I bear witness to it.
And then you fled into this abbey here, from whence I think you are come by miracle.
I never seen the abbey's walls within here, nor did this man draw his sword on me. I never seen the chain, so help me heaven. This all is false to me withal.
Why? What an intricate impeach is this? I think you all have drunk of Circe's cup. If here you had housed him here, he would have been. If he were mad, he would not plead so coldly. Goldsmith, you say he dined with you today. The goldsmith here denies that saying. Sirrah, what say you?
Sir, he dined with her there at the Porpentine.
He did, and from my finger snatched that ring.
'Tis true, my liege, this ring I have of her.
Sawest thou him enter at the abbey here?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange. Go, call the lady abbess hither. I think you all are mated or stark mad.
Most mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply I see a friend will save my life and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusian, what thou wilt.
Is not your name, sir, Antipholus, and your bondman Dromio?
Within this hour was his bondman, sir, but he, I thank him, not into my courts. Now am I Dromio, his man unbound.
I'm sure you both remember me.
Ourselves we do remember, sir, by you, for lately we were bound as you are now. You are not Pinch's patient, are you, sir?
Why you look strange on me? You know me well.
I've never seen you in my life till now.
Oh, grief hath changed me since you saw me last, and care hours of times to form at hand have written strange features on my face. But tell me yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio know that.
Trust me, sir, nor I.
I'm sure thou dost.
I sure, but I'm sure I do not. Whatsoever a man denies, you are now bound to believe him.
Not know my voice? Oh, time's extremity hast thou so cracked and splitted my poor tongue, that here, my only son of 7 years, not knows my feeble keys of untuned cares. And is now this grained face of mine be hid in sap-consuming winter's drizzled snow, and all the conduits of my blood froze up? Hath yet my night of life some memory, my wasting lamp some fading glimmer left, my dull, deaf ears a little used to hear? These old witnesses I cannot err. Tell me, thou art my son, Antipholus.
I've never seen my father in my life.
But 7 years in Syracuse, boy, thou knowest we parted. But perhaps, my son, thou shamest to acknowledge me in my misery.
The Duke and all in the city can witness it. This is not so. I never saw Syracuse in my life.
I tell thee, Syracusian, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which time he ne'er saw Syracusia. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Most mighty Duke, behold the man much wronged. Do I see 2 husbands, or do my eyes deceive me?
One of these men is genius to the other, and so of these, which is the natural man and which spirit? Who deciphers them?
I, sir, am Dromio. Command him away.
I, sir, am Dromio. Pray let me stay.
Thou art the Gian, or else his ghost. Oh, my old master. Who hath bound him here?
Whoever bound him will lose his bonds and gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, older James, thou beest the man that hadst a wife once called Amelia, that bore thee and burdened 2 fair sons. Thou beest the same Aegean, speak, and speak unto the same Amelia.
Why, here begins their morning story right. These two Antipholus, these two so alike, and these two Dromios, one in semblance. Besides her urging of her wreck at sea, these are the parents of these children, who are accidentally met together.
If I dream not, thou art Amelia. If thou art she, tell me, where is our son that floated with thee on the fatal raft?
By men that bedamned him, he and I, and the twin Dromio, all were taken up. But by and by, when fishermen of Corinth, by force, Dromio, my sons, from them. And me, they left to be close by the dam. What became of them, I cannot tell. I, 'tis fortune that you see me here.
Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first?
No, sir, not I. I came from Syracuse.
I came from Corinth, most gracious Duke.
Stay, stand apart, I know not which is which.
I came from Corinth with the renowned warrior Duke McLaughlin, your
with
most
him.
renowned uncle.
I'm with him.
Which one of you two did I dine with today?
I, gentle mistress.
And you are not my husband?
No, nay, I say to
And
that.
so do I, yet did she call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. What I told you then, I hope I shall have a leisure to make good, lest it not be a dream I see it here.
Is that the chain that you had of me?
I think it be, sir. I deny it not.
And for that chain, did you arrest me?
I did, sir. I deny it not.
I sent the money by Dromio. Oh, but I think he got it not.
No, not by me.
This purse of ducats I received from you, and my man Dromio did bring them me, and I see we still met each other's man, and I was taken for him and him for me. And thereupon these errors are arose.
Here, we'll use these ducats to pawn my father bail.
It shall not need. Thy father hath his life.
Sir, I must have that diamond from you.
That is. Thanks for the good cheer.
Vouchsafe to take the pains, to go with us and to be out of here, and at large discourse all our fortunes and all that are assembled in this place, that by the sympathize with one day's error have suffered wrong. Go, keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I but gone in travail, with you, my sons, until this present hour, my heavy burden there delivered. Duke, my husband, my children both, and you, calendars of their nativity. Go to a gossip's feast and go with me. After so long grief, such nativity.
With all my heart, I will gossip at this feast. Master? Shall I fetch your stuff from shipboard?
Dromio, what supplement hast thou embarked on?
Your stuff-laced host in the centaur, sir.
Dromio, to me he speaks, I am your master. Come, embrace thy brother there, rejoice with him.
There was a fat friend at your master's house that visited you today. She would now be my sister, not my wife.
Methinks you are my glass, not my brother. I see by you I am a sweet-faced youth. Will you walk in to see their gospel?
Not I, you are my elder.
That's a question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw cuts for the signor. Till then, leadst thou first.
Nay, then thus, we came into this world like brother and brother, and now let's go hand in hand, not one before another.